My skin is black.
What you looking
My
at?
skin
Yeah,
is black.
I feel so good
My
to be
skin
black right now.
is black.
What you look?
Welcome to episode 118 of the Black and Fashion Podcast. I am your host, Lenice Collier, and today I have with me Allena. So, while fashion brands that cater to black women increased tremendously over the years, eyewear is one of the markets where we still have a lack of representation. That's due in part to a lack of ownership in the eyewear market. The global eyewear market, which is made up of spectacles, contact lenses, and sunglasses, and other eyewear products, has been valued at over 140 million US dollars in 2020 and was forecast to reach almost 197 billion US dollars by 2027. Even with these large numbers, there are only a handful of black eyewear designers. Moods was founded in 2019 by company CEO Allena Grant. Her love for funky eyewear turned into her passion of wanting every woman to feel as good as she does when she wears a pair of frames. At Moods Eyewear, they offer eyewear frames that capture your every mood. Whether you are feeling classy or funky, there is a frame for you. Their handmade Italian eyewear is made up of eco-sustainable cellulose acetate, which means it's eco-friendly fashion. Allena, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. That was such a good introduction.
That's what we try to do around these parts,
I feel like I even learned some things.
Well, I can tell you this. I can give a lot of credit to your PR department on that one. Because they're very, they always give like a lot of information, then fill in a lot of stats and stuff like that. So like their pitches and stuff like that for you are absolutely amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, they give a lot of information. So yeah, that was actually, so that shows they're doing a great job.
Yes, they are.
They are doing an amazing job. So, of course, I like to just start like with a little bit of an icebreaker. I do not like to start any podcast without like getting a little this or that in there. The this or that segment is sponsored by Mahdia. Mahdia offers one of a kind designs created from recycled materials with healing qualities on her website at www.mahdia.com. Each one is made only once with no duplicates. She also offers workshops and will be showing in this year's Refashion Week show in Brooklyn on April 8th. So make sure you guys check out mahdia.com. I am a customer myself. She has created some amazing garments. Actually, which I wore to Miami last year around this time, and I'm going back and I got so many compliments. So make sure you check out her site. So let's get into this icebreaker. Skinny leg or flare leg?
Ooh, I think I'm gonna have to go with the skinny only because I'm hippie.
Okay.
So I feel like that would look better for me, but I know the flare is like in now.
It's coming back. It is. Side boob or under boob?
Ooh, side boob. The way my boob's called, side boob.
I hear that. Hoop or stud?
Hoop. I'm going with the hoop.
Okay. Beret or a fedora, like a brim?
Ooh, fedora.
Fedora, okay. And last one, V-neck or crew neck?
V-neck. I think I might have to go with the V-neck.
I have to go with the V-neck. Okay. So let's jump right in. Tell us a little bit about where you're from, what your background is, and we'll get into the eyeglasses, but let's just want to learn a little bit more about you and your background and where you're from.
Yes, well, I am from Houston, Texas, born and raised, and I still stay in Houston, Texas. And a little bit about me, I actually graduated with a degree in biology, a university here in Texas, and I started working at a museum, a local health museum in the Houston area. But eventually, I was just like really looking for my passion in 2019 because I wasn't all the way happy. And I just really started digging deep with like, what is it that I love? Because I did a lot of research, and a lot of the successful people that seemed like they were happy, they all said that they're doing things that they love. So I really dug deep, and then after doing all that digging, it occurred to me that I love glasses. I've been wearing glasses since the fifth grade, and I actually was kind of ashamed of wearing glasses when I was in the fifth grade because I just didn't think it was cool. So I would put them on in my classroom, and then I would take them off in the hallway. And I got tired of doing that. So I was like, man, if I'm gonna wear glasses, they're gonna be fly. So I would have my mom use up all her HSA account, and buy me Gucci glasses, whatever kind of glasses she could buy me that I love, Dolce and Gabbana, Prada, whatever it was. I would try to get those glasses, and then I would just rock them and try to just feel fashionable in them. Because they were just a big part of who I was. People knew me from my glasses. So then 2019 hit, and then 2020, the pandemic came, and I got laid off of my job. So I had a lot of time on my hands, and I was like, why not put this? I mean, I don't have anything else to do right now. So why not put this energy in, find a manufacturer, and start my own luxury brand? So that is what I did.
I love that. I love that. And when did you overcome like that? Oh, I think glasses are uncool. Like, did you have like a contact phase where you were trying to like get rid of them all completely, or did you stick with it and ride it out?
I stuck with it and wrote it out. Like I I got into contacts I think when I was like in middle school. So I had been wearing glasses for like a year or two, and I have an astigmatism. So like you can't drive at night even with an astigmatism, even with contacts, like it's blurry. And I was just like, okay, I can't do this. I could always have somebody drive me at night just so I could feel safe with contacts. So I was just like, I'm just gonna stick with these glasses and just rock these and just get like some really funky fashionable eyewear. So I would always find like the most unique frames, and usually I would go with the shade because I feel like it's just more shades have a more unique look than just a regular prescription glasses, because they have prescription glasses where they're only for prescription glasses, and then they have shades, but you can also take shades and put your prescription in them. And usually I find that it's like a bigger volume to pick from, I guess. They just look better to me, so I always would pick shades and put my prescription in them, and I would just rock those.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was looking at like some of the like your stuff. I really like your. I guess that's like your headshot when you got the four glasses in your hand and you have them like the
Oh
leopard
yeah.
print glasses or whatever. Like the is that would that be called like a cat eye? Can you kind of go over some of the different like frame styles that are like common and that you see people wear more for like in the fashion world?
Yes. So, this would be considered a cat eye frame. So I was inspired to make a cat eye frame because I was really into like old Hollywood, but in old Hollywood they would always wear the cat eye frames. But I kind of wanted to put a modern twist to it, so I kind of made it squared at the bottom. So it's kind of squared at the bottom and a cat eye on the side. So I was inspired by old Hollywood for that. But I know the look now is like the rectangular look, but this shape is also really popular. I'm seeing a lot of the shape that I have and that rectangular look with where the shades are like kind of thin around the actual frame. So those are the in styles. But I always tell people like if you see a frame and it speaks to you, then rock that frame, because I mean, I've done that many of times where I don't pick like what's trendy. I just pick like what I feel good in, what makes like feel good, and I'll wear that frame. Because I've had like huge rectangular frames, and when people look at it, they probably would say, "Oh, I would never wear that." But when I had it on my face, I would get so many compliments. So.
How do you? I get my next question is how do you even go about even starting an eyewear line? Like, what do you source first? Like, what do you research? Like, how do you even get there? And then your stuff is it's sustainable too, and then like it's handmade in Italy. Like, how do you even get those resources? Like, what's that process look like?
Honestly, I really feel like God ordered my steps. Like it was just meant for me to happen. But when I was laid off from my job, I kind of knew that I was going to be laid off. So I spoke to my mother, and my mother was just like, Lena, you just need to go ahead and take this time and do it. So I just really dug in deep in my phone and just on my laptop and just like looked for eyewear manufacturers
Mm-hmm.
and just did my research. And I finally came across, after like days and hours of like digging, reaching out to people, just sending that email. And when you want to start a business, I always tell people, like, if God puts it on your heart, like, just do it. Like, don't even think about it and just do it. And that's exactly what I did. And then I was reaching out to different manufacturers, and some will respond and some didn't respond. And then I came across my manufacturer in Italy. They responded back to me, and we just went back and forth. I came up with the design, and then they would send me drawings back and forth. And
Like
then
3D, like 3D drawings.
Yeah, a
Okay.
3D drawing, exactly.
Okay.
And we were just doing that back and forth, and then they sent me an actual prototype, and then I okayed it. I was like, okay, well, I want this a little bit bigger, and I would send it back, and then till we came to a final decision, and then I picked all my acetates, which is like the colors. If you go to
Mm-hmm.
my website, I have 4 different colors, and the most popular is the tortoise frame, the black and white tortoise frame. That is the most popular frame. Um, so it was fun. It was a process because I enjoy glasses, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe, like, handmade in Italy, that is just like a mecca for the fashion world. And
Mm-hmm.
I had to jump on the opportunity when I found them, and just floored because I've always worn luxury glasses, and I thought about going that cheaper route, but I was like, I don't wear cheap frames. Like, I've never worn cheap frames. And there's nothing
And I
against
ain't about
cheap
to
frames.
start now. No, say that. You
Yeah,
said that with
so it was
confidence, and
like,
I ain't about to start now.
I'm not about to start now. And
Right.
I was just, if I'm gonna sell something, I need to sell something that I love, that I can pitch, that I know about, and I only know luxury frames. So I was happy when I got in contact with them. But it's just like just a whole bunch of researching. But we live in a society where we have the internet, so we need to take advantage of that.
Gotcha. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. I love that. Have you ever heard of Von Tail Eyewear? That's another black-owned eyewear brand, but it's based here in New York.
Oh no, I don't think I have, but I'll definitely do my
Yeah,
research.
check them out. They haven't and they had I think they may have launched maybe a year after you. I think they came out in like 2020. And it's two black women. It's two older black women. Yep,
Uh,
sure is.
I love to see it because you don't see a lot of, like you said earlier, black women or just black people selling luxury eyewear.
Mhm.
So I think that's amazing.
Absolutely. So let's move on to my second segment. So my second segment is called "Is a Success or Is a Disaster?" And in this segment, I'm just gonna have you actually discuss, a time within your business where, or growing your business where something went completely to shit, and then but you learned something from that experience. And the "It's a Success, It's a Disaster" segment is brought to you by the Divine Power Group. The Divine Power Group is an amazing credit repair agency. Miss Chastity Jackson is spearheading a qualified credit expert, assisting those with blemishes on their credit report with the three major credit reporting bureaus, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian, to a restored buying power position. She exudes the epitome of a trendsetter in all that she does to serve the needs of her clients in the fields of legal restoration, of credit reporting, and real estate sales. She firmly believes that the greatest successes are accomplished through achieving the goals that meet the needs of the clients first. So make sure you guys check out the Divine Power Group. I am a client myself. I am currently getting my credit repaired and stuff. So you guys check it out. And I don't see nothing but my score going up, 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 and up. So if you want to talk about just a time where it's been tough for you, but you learned something from that experience, Allena.
Yes. So I feel like this whole, since me launching, I've learned so many different things that I probably couldn't have learned like in a class. Like, some things you're just gonna have to figure it out by doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's been for me. And mainly it's been like marketing, social media, websites, things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
That has been like the hardest thing for me. And that's why I reached out to a PR company, And I was going to like a lot of vending, like you know how they have the pop up shops,
Mm-hmm.
but then at a certain point, like you realize, okay, I need to find my target market. Maybe my
Mm-hmm.
target market isn't comfortable spending a high dollar amount at a pop up shop. So that's why I took a different route and went the PR route and just, okay, let me spend this cash is hard,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like it'll be worth it in the end because you can only take your business like so far, and then it gets to a point where okay, I need some experts, I need some advice, like how what which route should I go to find my target market. So I feel like that has been a learning experience, finding my target market and trying to just market my brand and get people to understand. Like I think people are a little hesitant
Mm-hmm.
because when they see my frames, they're always like in shock, or like I'll be walking and someone's like, "Oh, I love your frames," and I'm like, "Okay, I designed them," and like the face, like the look of shock that comes over their face, like
Mm-hmm.
everybody's just like in awe, like, "Wow, how did you do that?" You know, and they just don't expect like. I guess maybe for like a young black woman like myself to like make a luxury frame like this. So I
Right.
feel like that's been the hardest part, like establishing myself as a luxury brand and getting people to understand, like, you know, this is a Mazzucchelli acetate. It is handmade in Italy. Like it's worth the money.
Mm-hmm.
So I
How
feel like
much is
that.
your average pair of frames?
So right now I'm doing a sale for 150, but I sell them for 199. But I do like a lot of sales where between I'll go down from like 140 to 150, which is pretty good for a luxury frame because I've spent look, and I have a prescription too, so I've spent three, four, $500 on luxury eyewear. So
Oh yeah, that is expensive.
yes, it gets expensive, but
Yeah, but I
especially
mean, but it's luxury eyewear, you know. So like, it's going to
yeah.
be, you know, it's going to be. It's not supposed to be cheap, you know.
Mhm.
Not at all. It's supposed to be expensive. What I was gonna tell you, like you said something when you were talking that sparked me. It's like something that you feel like you. What am I trying to say? So you felt like you needed to like extend out and figure out where you could get help at, like to work with like different experts and stuff like that, like you know,
Yeah.
to help get you out there. So my feedback for you or whatever, I suck at this. Do you know? Let me ask you a question because I know you're working with the PR agency. Beforehand, had you ever heard of my podcast before?
I hadn't.
You had. Okay, so
Mhm.
let me tell you that because I feel like I can help you too. Got some gems about
Yes,
to, I got some gems about to drop for you.
I'm ready for that.
So I actually own an apparel consulting company. It's called ALC
Mm.
Apparel. So I help designers create their brands, and I do everything from start to finish. So and I've been doing it for
Mm.
like 3 years. I own my own company. It's here in Brooklyn. Over the last 3 years, I've done about 300 designers, like product development. I do all the manufacturing right here. I do everything here. And
Wow.
I do everything for the people who want to be designers. And I do accessories as well. I just don't do glasses. I do hats and bags and stuff like that. So I have, and within my program, it's so funny that you mentioned it. Within my program, the first thing that we do is identify target consumers. So I used
Mm.
to just do services where I only, you know, doing powder making, sample making, you know, doing the product development of the products, you know, helping them pick the materials, doing the manufacturing. But I
Mhm.
felt like I was doing them a disservice because I was seeing like the same issue that you're having as far as like not being able to expand the brand and like not
Mhm.
really knowing exactly like what to do and how to, you know, get your target consumer down. So now I offer my education with my services. Like it's a one shot deal. Like you're not even able to get my services without the education because if you're not being successful and you're not being profitable, then it's pretty much pointless to play starting the line. So with the PR company, I think that is great because you're, you know, you're getting the exposure and like you're getting more visibility and stuff like that and open yourself up to different networks of people. But my feedback would be for you is you have to optimize on social media. Now PR, they're great with, you know, as far as outreach goes, but when it comes to like that brand aspect within your social media platforms, you have to do the target consumer first and you
Yeah.
gotta know who you're creating first. So that way, when you go in to like maybe boost a post or whatever on Instagram, you could put those analytics in. you can actually put like this is the age range, this is what they compliment, this is what their interests are, because Instagram allows you to do that, and those ads will run through Facebook and Instagram, because that's how I built my business. Beforehand, I didn't have a website; it was just me. And girl, in 6 months, I had 12 employees and a commercial space during the pandemic. So it happens really fast.
And this is the second time that I've heard someone say they use Instagram ads or
Yes.
Facebook ads and it blew up their business. Because I've been like skeptical on it. So I was just like, did I do this?
Blew
Will
up,
this
girl.
work?
I had my Instagram was boom. I had Instagram and I had clients, like a full on clientele before I even had a website. My Instagram was my website. All I did was promote my work, show everything that I was doing. It's just about having a strategy and being consistent. So my strategy is there's a 10 o'clock post. There's a 9 o'clock post, there's a 2 o'clock post, and then there's a 6 o'clock post. Now that first post is usually like a tip or like an advertisement to like my community. So I might be just giving them some background in fashion or in manufacturing and stuff. And then my 2 o'clock post is usually some type of advertising or something that I'm selling or whatever. And then the last one, I pretty much kind of flop it around, whether I'm doing an event or if I'm hosting a new workshop or something like that. So for you in the eyewear market, all those stats that I was spitting out in the beginning, that could be like your first thing that you do in the morning, like when you just giving like statistics or comparing yourself to someone. So I did a whole comparison, and that's just content, comparing myself to a fashion school. And I'm just like, you can go to fashion school for 4 or 5 years, spend this amount of money, and then come out of school, don't have a job, don't have a fashion line, don't have anything, and stuck working for someone. Or you can work with me, learn everything that you learn in fashion school, actually have patterns, samples, a business strategy, accounts, and everything by the time you're done. So in your world, you just need to compare yourself to your competitors too. Like, y'all can keep buying like these Gucci is da-da-da, but you got a pair versus the black owned brand, and you list out all of the things, like my stuff is handmade in Italy, I'm using these type of materials like that. But that's what it is, like it's got to be constant content, and you are wrapping the people around you around the value of this product. I also make handbags. My handbags are Italian leather. They're expensive as shit, and they're handmade, but that's how I push them out. I push them out because I don't, that's really just like my side hustle, so I can have like passive income outside of my main business is, but I have to create that value around those bags because I'm not a luxury brand. People don't want to, that's not I'm not a luxury brand, I'm not a well-known brand, because I am luxury, because luxury is, exclusivity, is quality in the materials, everything that your glasses are, but it's hard to get people, to draw people in, but that social media does work. And then working with influencers is great, and not influencers is like celebrities that's like gonna wear it and take the shit down, but somebody who has like 10,000 followers or a couple like that, they have great engagement.
Like those local.
Yeah, because having someone like one of these rappers' girlfriends or somebody from one of these reality shows, that shit doesn't even, like, the algorithms, that they post so much people's stuff, no one cares. So you have to go into those people that are local in that range. So all you got to do is find someone that's popular that wears glasses. Then they don't even have to be a celebrity. Honestly, they just need to be somebody with a great following.
Wow, you're dropping so much gems because
this is what I
man, that is an area that I definitely need growth on, and I haven't been consistent on because this, like right now, my eyewear business is my side hustle, and I have a 9 to 5, but I'm trying to like make this grow.
Your main hustle, so like your main, and it can happen.
Yeah, so I've been like trying little things, but I haven't like just zeroed in on social media like I should, and maybe because this is the second time that I've heard those Facebook ads have like
they do well. When I tell you they do well, like the ads and just having those algorithms up. Reels, of course, are great right now because they have the highest ones, but social media honestly is a way to go. And I honestly, not to throw off your PR I would invest my money into that before PR, only because it builds a little bit more. Because I did the same thing. I built it on social media. I want to say I got a PR company to expand more. after I had built it up on social media, because it's great with PR companies or whatever, because they get you all of the different interviews and get you on different platforms, because it helps you get higher on Google. So if somebody was to Google like mood frames or like Google your name, it pops up because of these people posting their content and their blogs. But just for yourself to get like those sales in, I definitely would utilize social media like to the T.
And that is what I need. I need those sales.
Yeah,
So
because we
like,
need sales. We need conversion. Cause,
yeah,
yeah, not just visibility. Visibility is great. Visibility is great, and PR is great. But a sales strategy and conversion with a distribution is great. And also, I want to tell you, when you mentioned those pop-ups, you gotta ask them people what the price point is of the people surrounding you. Because I used to have that same problem. I don't do pop-ups with people that is buying wholesale and selling their shit, because that shit is like $30. Dead ass, like it's $30. Like I'm not doing that. So you have to ask those questions. You have to ask them like, yo, what's the price point looking like for your other vendors? Are there any other eyewear vendors? So it's like, it's just about it's just a learning curve, because this is a new industry for you or whatever. But when it comes to pop-ups, you got to ask all the right questions, like, because there's no point in doing ones when somebody next to you selling something for $30. Like, you're not gonna stand up those, you know.
You're not getting your money back because you spend $100, and then I'm not making that back. What I mean, if I sell one pair, maybe I sold that one pair and I just made, I cleared.
You made your money back that you spent on the pop-up, right? So yeah, that's why you gotta ask some questions, baby. You gotta ask them like, okay, yep, I'll pass, and it's better. And then honestly, you creating your own is honestly better, because like if you do your own pop-up or whatever, and you get people there, you just get people who are in the same price range as you, people who have handbags and not wholesale clothing, but got their own line. So even when you do your own pop-ups, you'd actually come out, you'd actually make more money if you did your own. Like, let's say you was to curate like an accessory pop-up, so that's eyewear, that's bags, that's not even clothing, like hats, like small items, whatever, but good small items. You charge everybody that vendor fee, and you make that money, and you sell your stuff. It's like a win-win. Yeah. And then you take the money, of course, the vendor fees ahead of time, so that pays for the venue for you. And then what else you got to do? Most venues come with a table and chairs. They setting up their own table, so you use their money. You pay for the venue with their money that they paid to register for the event. You don't charge yourself for a table. You could charge at the door as well. Make all type of money, honestly, and then put it back into your marketing.
I've seen that it was very lucrative. Like, as I've been going to them, I've been like peeping game, and I was like, okay, I see.
Yep, absolutely. I followed you from my business page as well. I do offer creative marketing mentorship program. I do you could do it like on a monthly basis if you're interested, and I help with sales strategies. So I do creative marketing. So it's anyone who has any like creative products or services. So I can help you as well if you need help in that area, as far as like, because you don't have to find your target consumer. We need to identify who they are first. So I make my clients do a customer profile segment first and a customer narrative first, and then we break out all the different things that client or that person is, so that we are making sure that everything that we do is catered to that client. So I feel like I know who your girl is. She's definitely the creative. She's like a creative entrepreneur. She is the nail tech. She is the eyelash girl. She is the hairstylist. Like, she gonna spend money on her on things that she needs. Like, so I feel like I know who she is based off of the price point and the way that you described it, and from looking at the pictures of it. Like, that's who she is. She is the creative entrepreneur. That's what she is.
Exactly. The woman that's gonna go in, because I've had some women, they're like, oh, okay, drop that cash, drop it. I mean, they love it, they like it, they're gonna buy it.
Exactly.
And I feel like that's how like somebody sold me a pair of glasses just because they said, oh, Beyonce was caught in those. I said, Beyonce, that's sold for me, and I bought them, and those were like my most, like, I got the most compliments on those pair of glasses. So it's just like, I need to find that woman that, like, when she sees something, she likes it, she's gonna buy it because she works hard for it.
Exactly. And that's who she is. Like, I think I know who she is, but it's just like, how do you reach those and stuff like that too? And there's many of ways of reaching those people too, because like a lot of times girls, people shop in a nail salon, they shop in here, so it's like, it's just also about talking it up too. Like, even going to like your local hair salon, go where you get your hair done at. Like, they usually have products like, hey, I'll give you such and such off of each glasses that you sell. Just have them right up here on the counter, because it's a small product, so it's something that you can sell or whatever, or have like a even like a lookbook there, even if like it was like in a salon or somewhere where somebody can look at it when they sit it under the dryer and they can order right there. So we just got to create more marketing materials for you and an actual sales strategy for pushing out the product. But you got
And
it.
I've heard that one of my sister's stylists, she bought a pair of frames for me, and she said the same thing. She was like, "You need to be pushing these in the beauty shop because stylists, they will buy it." So
Absolutely, sure will. Gonna
it's just
show enough will.
learning so many things and just trying to absorb it and pick, okay, what can I do with this information? What can I do with this information? And it's been a process. Like I've learned so much, and I'm not trying to like I don't try to like beat myself down about it. I'm just like, this is just a part of the business.
Yeah,
I just have
absolutely.
to live and learn.
Yeah, I worked my 9 to 5 and worked on the side for many. I've only been a full time entrepreneur for less than 3 years. But now these
Wow.
are all things I just learned like over time too, and like what to do, and just also just helping build out other businesses too. Because I always used to work for small companies, so I'm seeing exactly what they doing, how they doing it, what they taking out. Like I never liked working for large corporations because you don't. To me, you don't learn shit. So I
Yeah.
always went for the small companies when it came to employment, and I learned a lot. I got a bachelor's and a master's, and I figured it out. Like same way you doing it, like trial and error, like getting also like having the PR, having different mentors, speaking to different experts about different things and stuff like that, and it sparks something in you. Like it always lights something inside of you. That like, you know what? Now I'm gonna try this approach.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And I feel like that's the phase I'm in, just like living and learning and seeing what works for me, trying it out. Because I just felt like I got to like a stopping point where I feel like I've done everything that I can do. Now I need some assistance. I need some help. I need to figure out how to get these conversion rates because I know I have a good product. Like,
Absolutely.
so this can sell. And then, like you said before, it's a $1 billion industry,
Hmm.
and people are pushing black owned. And this is like the perfect time to be pushing a black owned eyewear. So I'm hoping like in the
Absolutely.
future.
And then just think about also collaborations and stuff, like any
Hmm.
collaborations that you can do. And don't think about people in your industry. Think about people outside of your industry. Like think about people outside of your industry. Like you could partner with me. Like we could do a shoot together because it's accessories. Because I have bags, And it's just like
Hmm.
all of the girls of course, in the shoot could have on glasses, Or it can be like a designer too, where it's just like the focus is on the eyewear as well, or the headpieces or headwear. So think about collaborating with like some designers, some other people in different industries to kind of like spark that, and like you can get their network as well. Like all you gotta
Yeah.
do is create content together. That's it.
Yes, that's absolutely true. I actually did have somebody reach out to me. I met her. She does eyebrows. It's like a
That is
luxury eyebrow
perfect.
extension. And we're supposed to link, but we never did. But I'm like, it's just like you are confirming everything
Yes, that is
that I
perfect.
share,
Eyebrow,
and
the
I'm like,
eyelash girl. Because can you imagine like y'all doing some content of like somebody fresh getting their lashes done, and then they put their beautiful frames on top of them? Boom. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like you know what I mean? Like
I
you
mean,
should
this
definitely
is
do
crazy.
that.
Everything that I've had questions about, or I was just like, even like the social media marketing and versus the PR route, like I had like questions about like which way should I go, and
Hmm.
just like talking to you, like it's just been confirming everything that that was in my spirit, and I didn't know which way to go. So I'm learning so much from this.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, girls, it's got to be beneficial. Not
Yes.
you can learn and learn something, but then also get some visibility. Because now, like I have a huge following, like between all my accounts and stuff like that together, and I post on everything. It's like 30,000 people. So now you got all these listeners that's gonna be listening to this from Spotify and YouTube, the SoundCloud. They're gonna now go check out your website because I'm gonna have it like as a link in the show notes. It's gonna be on our Instagram, and of course I'll throw it on our LC Instagram too because they have like the most followers on that page. That's like 17K on that page. But yeah,
Mhm.
girl, absolutely, I got you.
Thank
So
you. Thank
before we close out, my last segment is called "It's a Muse." So if you
you.
just want to share something inspirational that has just kept you going, whether it's a book or a quote or a mantra or maybe a ritual that you do that you think that will help someone else and inspire someone else to go ahead and take that leap of faith.
You know what? I've just been believing in myself, and I feel like this pandemic, if it improved, in like life is short, and I feel like people are realizing that after the pandemic. And I feel like you should just like follow your dreams. I mean, and you may have to faith it till you make it. Because I feel like that is everything that I've been doing. I just put all my faith in God, and He's literally been ordering my steps. Like, it seems like from the outside looking in, it was a journey, but I just really feel like God has just been putting it everything in front of me for me to just take that next step. And it's, I don't want to say it's been easy, but it's been a glide. It's not as bad as what I thought it was, and I've been enjoying like every mistake, every step. I mean, every like mishap. I just take it with God. I don't feel overwhelmed. I don't feel stressed. I don't like, man, Alina, why are you doing this? This isn't like paying off. I just feel comfortable because I know like in the future, like it's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
If I just continue to go and be consistent and don't give up, it's gonna happen. So that is what I try to tell myself every day. And I actually believe it too. So just remaining faithful, faith in it till I make it, putting my faith in it and making it. And that's what I tell myself every day. So I
That's
hope that
right.
helps someone.
Yeah, girl, them prayers is sent, honey. I heard that.
Yes.
All right. So if you just want to throw out like your social media handles so everyone knows like where to follow you, and of course this will be in the show notes as well.
Yes. So my Instagram is Moods Eyewear underscore. My TikTok is Moods Eyewear at Moods Eyewear, just at Moods Eyewear. And right now I'm just on Instagram and TikTok.
Perfect. Amazing. All right, guys. Well, you know where to find her at. Make sure you guys shop with her. Shop online. Shop black. Get you some black frames, honey. Because that is,
Yes,
if I wore glasses, I would. But I'm gonna have to give me some sunglasses, girl. And
yes.
yeah, I'm gonna have to give me some sunglass frames. I definitely will be shopping as well. So as I always say, guys, stay black and peace out. Thank you so much, Allena. You have my number as well, so feel free to connect with me as well. Okay?
Yes. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Have a great night.
You
All
too.
right. Bye bye.